First question.
Hi there. My statement and question will take 2 minutes to read out, precisely. Forgive me, I normally do not need to read from a piece of paper, but I want to make sure that what I'm saying is not misinterpreted. It appears to me that AdvanceUK are on the right path. You're a party that is not scared to call out the negative impact that Islam is having on the West. I would say somewhat the same for left-wing communist liberal ideologies, such as trans and mass migration. However, on these topics, we are only part-way, in my opinion, up the path. We are able to identify that these issues exist, but we don't seem to be actually going a step further and actually calling out the people that are funding it and pushing it. I'm not sure whether it's because people are scared, because it's not difficult to actually find out and do a bit of a trace on it. Charlie Kirk was an idol to me, and I'm sure he was to everyone in this room. Would you all agree? Yeah. He had an open mind, and likewise he led me to open mine as well. And I would like to paraphrase a quote that he said to me not long before he was murdered. And before anyone pushes back on me, please remember that these are his words and not mine. Jewish donors have been the #1 funding mechanism of radical, open border, neoliberal, quasi-Marxist policies, cultural institutions and non-profits. This is a beast created by secular Jews. Jewish donors have a lot of explaining and decoupling to do. It's the movies and Hollywood, it's everything. Many people on the right, like you in this room, will feel enlightened because they have discovered some of the horrible content in the Koran and the Hadiths. But what many of you aren't aware of, that there's much worse stuff said in the Jewish Talmud, the Jewish book of law, especially of what we say. I'm literally just about to get onto it. So my first question, I was literally about to go onto it. Excuse me, do we have free speech? Do we have free speech in this country? Do we have free speech in this room? Do we have free speech? So do not heckle me. Yes, I'm about to ask it. So my first question to all of you is, will you have the courage that Charlie did to actually call out the funding of what is the decline of the West? For my second question, I would like to know your stance on Israel.
Ladies and gentlemen, everyone's entitled to their own opinion and to speak. Everybody's entitled to it. We've had a question, and now if we can have an answer.
We will absolutely. I think the first point to make is that we stand positively for all the things that I described. We stand for our Christian constitution, for our democracy, for our people, our nation, equality under the law, and so on. And we will take all the steps required to deliver that. And that's going to involve defunding a lot of institutions, not just perhaps the ones you were referring to, but I think, well, yeah, the BBC and a few others, probably. A lot of the money which comes to these far left institutions that are undermining our democracy actually comes from the government. So we can switch that tap off straight away.
Next, we're going to have the questions concise and short. We've got lots of hands going up.